Hey guys, what is up? Locidian coming back at you again with some more redstone stuff. We have got suspicious devices ahead. In the last video, we talked about this little wall block swapper right here. It is a lovely design. I have slightly disabled it for now because in this video, we are going to look at how to compact redstone circuitry that has just gotten wild and crazy and out of hand. Because this thing, really, it activates 3 pistons, right? And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks deep, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks across. There's no reason for this sort of massiveness on this scale for 3 pistons, right? So we can do better. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start tearing part of this guy down right here, and that's going to start messing with that. So let's grab that button out of there. We do buttons because, why not do buttons? Because buttons are buttons. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to just move, mainly we're going to move this monostable circuit up just one block right here closer. This is the first step we're going to take, and then we're going to run that, going to run that comparator out right here. So this is just going to move this thing in by 1, because this redstone torch right here will activate that. Nothing here is going to get activated because these are all diagonal from each other, and it don't work that way in the old Bedrock edition. It only works that way in Java edition sometimes, depending on how you're working with things. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to place that right there, and we're going to put a torch right here. Now this is an unusual spot for this torch. We're going to see why in a second, because we actually broke our hoppers, and we didn't need to break those hoppers because they're in the right places just fine right now. And we just need to put our redstone back on top of them, and we're going to break that redstone right there. So we've already compacted this thing down by 1 space right there. Now another thing that we can do right here is we can actually, we could move this thing around a little bit and face it a different direction. And in fact, we're actually going to do that. We're going to put the comparator for this block that's coming out right here. We don't want to power that block with it, but we do want to power this block with it right here. And this is pretty easy to accomplish. All we need to do is just put the comparator right in here, right there like that, and then put a solid block there and just remove that redstone block. And that's going to compact like all of this stuff here into right in that little spot right there. And actually we're going to just put this thing back because we didn't need to move it after all. See, I'm doing this live. This is how you learn how to do this stuff, is just by working on it. All right, so now we got that. And if we were to move this piston back, we would see that that other piston is also firing. So what we want to do now is we're going to get rid of all of this stuff. You can see this redstone lighting up whenever the comparator over here was lighting up, which is important to note. So right here, you drop that item in there, and you can see this redstone light up. So we know that that block under there is going to be powered. It's going to power that piston up just fine. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to, once again, kind of do the same thing here. We're going to compact this side down. Now, we can't really get away from using this 1 block out from this guy here. It's just an unfortunate matter of this sort of a T flip-flop here. We do have to come out 1 block, but we can make all of this significantly smaller here. And what we are going to do is we're going to leave that block there, but then we're just going to put this block here and power it, because now instead of having this thing come off 3 blocks this direction, now it comes off 2 blocks this direction. And then we're just going to put this right here. And actually, we might not want to do that. We could do this a couple different ways. So one of the things we can do is we can put a dot of redstone right there, and then a repeater right there. And this would probably actually be the better way to do it. And then we're just going to grab some glass. Like, we got some glass right back there. We're just going to grab some glass, and we're just going to tower right on up here to this this guy right here. And it looks like we're going to be a little funky for this, so that's fine. We'll just we'll make it work, right? Because we don't actually need to have everything just perfect. And another benefit that we're going to get from this is we're going to block off a little bit of access to stuff. Maybe, let's see, we can actually just run this right over here. Actually, that's good enough. So we can't compact it much more than this. I don't think. We're looking. And this would need to be a solid block, and that would need to be a grass block. So let's put this solid block back here, because that's going to need to take that redstone power right up there, and then just right along here to that. And then since we moved this guy, we're going to put a trapdoor in here. And there you have it, folks. That is significantly smaller. We were, what, 6 by 8, and now we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. That is a 5 by 5 area, which is quite a bit smaller. And we could actually potentially make this thing just a little bit smaller in one direction or the other. So we could actually come out here now and flatten this entire side off. So it would just be 3 blocks wide, but a little bit longer. Or we can, you know, make it longer this way and narrower this way. We can do some moving around. Now remember, we do have to be this tall because this is where the pistons go. There's just not a lot of options for that. But this is how you compact stuff. You just kind of think about what you have where, and, you know, can I move this torch to the side and make this thing, you know, underneath this block here? Can I get away from using 3 blocks to power out, you know, this, you know, because we did have comparator, repeater, redstone, and then all the way looping around there. And now we've got, you know, comparator into a solid block, powering that, which is going to power that. And that's all fine and dandy. We don't need a lot more than that. And now if we push this button, okay, and now we get to see where we went wrong. Oh, nope, that was it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the first fire was a misfire because of the taking apart things and putting things back together. Sometimes that happens with the first run of a design. You push the button and it doesn't work, and you're like, oh, I broke it, man, it ain't working at all. And then you come back, you push the button again, it's like, oh, it is working. Okay, cool. I don't know how many times I've actually pulled apart an entire design because, you know, one block didn't work the way I thought it was going to, like that monstrosity down there that we may get to eventually. I don't know, maybe not. I don't like the thing. It's ugly, it's a beast. But this is now much more compact. We've shaved quite a few blocks in every direction off of this thing. We reduced its footprint by about 50%, what, 40%, something like that. I mean, that's a pretty massive change, and just by moving a few blocks around. So this is pretty easy to do, guys. So if you want to, you know, kind of think about it, maybe, you know, if you're building stuff in a survival world, open up a creative world and see what you can do with it before to make it a little smaller, maybe use a little less resources. Kind of think about how you want to put it together, and you come up with some better designs. You come up with some more compact designs, and you will be better off for it, because that means you don't have to spend quite as much time making them whenever you know, spend more time thinking about them. So that's my 2 cents, and hopefully you guys learned a little bit about compacting down some redstone stuff. Maybe we'll do this again. If you guys like it, let me know. And if you have like a really complex redstone design that you think, you know, hey, this is something that would be cool to feature here and maybe make a little more compact, does something cool, let me know. Just you know, hit me up and we'll talk about it, see what we can do about it. But for now, this has been Lucidian. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and leave a comment. I'll talk to you guys later in the next one.